All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Community Connect call tonight. There we go. I am Katelynn Morlino. If you don't know who I am, I'm an Emerald Ambassador and
Oops.
excited to be sharing tonight. We are going to be talking a little bit about events tonight. I am I am the entire team's party planner. I am not really, but that is my strong suit. And we all come with our strengths, and mine is events. Okay. Which I love because all of us jewels kind of get into one container and we get to share what we're really good at. And I am a really good party planner, event planner, organizer. So that's kind of my wheelhouse. So I'm going to share with you just some tips tonight. Um, if you haven't gotten into doing events, some things maybe that can help you. If they've made you a little bit nervous, if you're not sure how you should gauge, was it successful or not? Well, we're going to talk about some of that. And then I'm going to have my friend Joey just share a little bit about an event that we had, I don't know, a week or two ago. Okay, so drop it in the comments if you have ever had an event with Plexus so far. Has anybody here hosted an event with Plexus? Drop a 1 if you've hosted an event. 2 if you have not, but you're going to. Yes, lots of events look good. Okay, Erica. Yes, okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, you guys. 3, Sean. Okay, maybe we should let Sean host this. I love it. Awesome, you guys. Okay, so my very first Plexus event was a couple months after I got started. But I am Megan Milakovic is my sponsor, and she did not live in the same state as me. So I was kind of by myself here in Jersey, right? I had no idea what I was really doing. I was like, I'm gonna host a sip and see. I have no idea what it looks like, never been to one, no idea. But I'm gonna do it. Okay. So because I can throw parties. So it's pretty much the same thing, right? So my very first sip and see had 21 people attend. Okay. 21 people. My house was packed. I had Megan actually ended up flying up here, I think, for it. Or she might have drove. She was in Florida at the time. So she flew up here. It was huge. Okay. That was the largest one I had ever had. And that kind of made it difficult because I feel like it set the bar super high. Like 21 people at every sip and see, right? And from then on, they would be smaller, but I didn't have Megan all the time. And I had people growing with me and things got uncomfortable. So I would have people Zoom in, and I would have different speakers from our team Zoom in on my TV. So each one has looked very different in the last 7.5 years. Okay. Every sip and see has looked different. There has been different results. So don't just cling on to the idea of one thing and think, this is it. This is what it's supposed to look like, because that's not true. They're all going to look different. Okay. So one of the things we have to do with events is set your expectations. Set the expectations. What am I looking for? What do I want this to be like? Okay. And then you invite and you plan for those expectations. Okay. So like there's times that I'll have an event at my house, and I can remember I was like, oh, I'm gonna have like 10, 12 people. It'll be like no big deal. We're gonna have real chill. And then like RCPs kept coming in and I started to panic because I was like, where am I gonna put these people? Right. So that's when I kind of started to realize, like, I'm going to expect a massive turnout. I am going to invite like I want the whole town to come. Okay. I am not going to be like underprepared ever. I know everyone is coming. And what that's going to do, one, it's going to up your energy. You are going to be excited because you are already expecting this to be outstanding, regardless of what happens. So set your expectations. What do I want from this? I do love that a lot of people are doing themes now. We've got the sourdough going on. I think somebody just said something about the Netflix theme. We in the spring, we've done like spray tans. I know Alita was doing some of those. Like we've themed things out. That is fun. Okay. Still create expectations around what do we want the Netflix night to look like? What is the expectation from that? Okay. And then I want you to determine what is success before it ever even happens. Okay. Because what can happen? You can have 10 people coming to your sip and see and no one signs up. And they leave. And then what? You're like, that was a fail. Nobody signed up. Everybody left. But y'all, the exact could be true. Like you had 5-10 people there learning. They were getting educated. They saw community. Okay. Maybe they need to have a little bit more of a conversation. Maybe they needed to see like, is other people interested in this? What does this look like for me? I don't really relate to Katelynn, but maybe there was another story. Okay. What is success? Having people attend, having a dream teamer come, being able to share my testimony with these people. What are you going to count as success? I will tell you guys, sometimes I will plan an event. No one will come except people that are already on my team, and my team's on here. What do? We work for the hour. I already carved out the time. Y'all, I can tell you some of my best my best ideas and productivity happens in that hour. I carved the time out. We're going to work. It's not a waste ever. And here's the deal. I have done events, y'all, like as a Jewel, showed up, my house is ready to go, and I'm sitting on the couch by myself. It happens. But you know what? I showed up. I was ready. So my eyes are open. My soul is open. Like I'm here and I'm ready to accept whoever wants to hear. Get on your Facebook and go live. Because if you're having people come to your house, you probably have like earrings on and you're maybe not sweatpants anymore. Like go live, go on your stories, right? It's never a waste. It's only a waste if you let it be. Set your success. Like, how is this going to be successful? I'm going to move my needle forward tonight before you even have it. Okay. Your energy is going to be everything. When you are inviting, if you are telling everybody, no pressure, y'all, it is pressure. There is pressure. No pressure. It's not a big deal if you can't make it. Yes, there is pressure. You need to make it. Okay. Your energy is everything. You want them to think like, what has she got over there? What we've done, like, I forget what we call them now, but they were like, it's like mixers where we did like, we had every flavor of everything we had with like seltzers and then ice, like black teas. And then we would mix all these things up. And like that, people are like, what is this? What is this? Well, I can't miss this. I want to know what they're doing. What does that taste like? Your energy is going to attract people. They're going to feel like, I don't want to miss this. I want to see what's going on over there. Another thing you need to do is you need to over invite. If you want 10 people to come, it's like a wedding, y'all, right? You invite 100 people and probably 75 come. It's the same thing with your Plexus events. Over invite. I can comfortably fit 29 people in my house. Okay. Nobody's moving. Everybody's sitting in their seat like they're in school, but 29 people specifically, not 30. No, that's the person's in the hallway at 30. But I'm going to invite like I can fit 50 every time. And if 50 comes, listen, we've had to do this in my old house. We had like separate rooms. We had to like split it. There was like one sip and see in that room and one sip and see, and like, we will figure it out. Okay. Over invite, never under invite. If you want 10 people in your chat party, you better be inviting 50, 60 people minimum. Like over invite. Follow-ups. Okay. Who on here is busy? No one, right? No one's busy. No one is busy. Nobody opens Messenger and like thinks they answered somebody and forgets to answer. No one forgets to check. Like follow-ups. Follow-ups. I did a music class last week at my house. I invited 50 million people and I called one of my level ones and I was complaining because I was like, I don't even know who's coming. Like no one answered me. She says, did you finish with a question? I said, I did. No one has answered. Now, mind you, all the people I messaged have little kids under 5. Okay. So what do we all think actually happened here? Okay. I'm like, no one answered me. They're ghosting me. This is ridiculous. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be that annoying girl. I'm going to send another message and I'm going to follow up. And I can't tell you how many of them were like, oh my gosh, I never answered you. I totally forgot. Yes, we're coming. Yes, I'll be there. Or, oh my gosh, I wanted to come. I can't come because of this. Please invite me to the next one. Right. Like we all do this. We're like, they don't like me. They don't want to come to my stuff. They just ignored me. No, they have little kids under 5. That was what was wrong. Right. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Even the day of your event, follow up. Send same day invites. Okay. There is some people that just do things on a whim or something got canceled and now they can come. If you don't plan on following up, don't send the invite in the first place. We're busy. Everything's going on. Our phones are dinging. The kids want something. Our boss wants something. Like, you need to follow up with people. All right, let's see. Also, a great thing to have at your events, if you're not by yourself, say you have a level 1 there with you or a sideline, share the responsibility in sharing testimonies. Divvy up what's going on. Like, hey, I'm going to do the introduction. Do you want to talk about products? Do you want to share your business testimony? Do you want to share your health testimony? It's a great opportunity to kind of bring everybody in to kind of co-host it, but they don't have the pressure of doing everything. Just, hey, 1 to 2 minutes. Can you just tell us how you got here, how you got started with Plexus? Okay. And it might be intimidating at first, but when there's different personalities and different people in the room, it's nice to hear from different people. So don't feel like you have to take it all on yourself. If somebody has a favorite product that they absolutely love to talk about, let them talk about it. You don't have to do the entire thing yourself. And also, don't feel like you have to cover every product that we have in Plexus. That is a lot. And it will take you a long time. So highlight the key things and let people know, hey, listen, you have something specific you want to talk about or you want to target as far as goals, raise your hand, let me know, or pull me aside at the end and I can show you exactly what products would be best for you. I'm just going to kind of blanket what we have, talk to you about some of my favorites, and then we can go from there. Okay. You don't have to worry about every single product. Another tip for timing. I have found that if I say the sip and see starts at 6 and I don't put an end time, I get not a good of a turnout if I put like 6 to 7:30. If I cap it for like an hour and a half and people know like, okay, I can get in and get out in an hour and a half, then they are more apt to come because they got to put kids to bed or they got to go to work tomorrow. They don't feel like, well, how long is this going to be? How long are we going to, is this going to be a long thing? And I will even tell people when I'm following up, they're like, I'm not sure if I'm like, listen, even if you can only come for the first 20 minutes, you're going to get the meat of it because we're all busy. I get it. So don't be afraid to cap it at an hour or an hour and a half. If people stay longer, right. Brittany kicks people out at 8 is what I heard. Real story. So like and it is like, I've got to get kids to bed. Like you've got to get kids home. We've got stuff to do, lunches to pack. So it's like, listen, I'm just going to tell you what we've got. I've got this thing down to 20 minutes. I can tell you everything you need to know about 20 minutes. If they, happen to stay long, like I've had people that are at my house till 10 o'clock at night. And honestly, like it's great conversation. It really is. Like as long as I'm available for it, it's great. But for the most part, if you put a time on it, people are more apt to say, I can make that work. Okay, let's just talk about like little stuff like food and all the things. Listen, we're not doing smorgasbord. Okay. We're doing simple. Because if we make anything difficult, it's not duplicatable. Okay. Don't go over the top. You don't need fancy everything. You don't need all simple, because I want my brand new level 1 that's attending their first sip and see to think, I can do this. This isn't bad. Like fruit bowl from the store, you guys, a thing of pretzels, and maybe like a vegetable tray. Like easy peasy. Okay. You're not feeding these people dinner. You don't have to go over the top. You don't need all kinds of bubbly and all the things. No, simple. Okay. And they're only staying an hour and a half. Okay. So they're not going to stay and eat all the food. They're not going to hang out. Like we're going to do it very, very simple. Okay. So, we've talked about setting your expectations. We have talked about determining your success prior to it. The most important thing, yes, you can do them without food. And like, literally, I think it was kind of like how I was brought up. Like my mom had, it was always like, oh, we had food. Mm-hmm. But like, honestly, we're so in and out these days. Like everything's so fast. Like it's not, like, don't even sweat. Okay. And here's something else. Don't be afraid to tailor the sip and see, right? Like just as if no one showed up and it was just your teammates and you're like, let's turn it into a work party. If the people that show up are already on the products, okay, it's not a loss. Tailor it to, hey, what questions do you guys have? How can I answer? Like, listen, I don't need to give you my speech. You're on the products, but I want to make sure that you leave with what you came here for. Yes, customer, like, how can I help you? What do you need? What product don't you understand? Don't be afraid to go off script. Okay. The important thing is getting people together, showing them the community, and educating them with something, letting them leave and feel like they were fed value. That's the goal. Okay. Now, if you want to kind of like go off this script a little bit, and we want Hispanics need food, apparently. If you, if you're doing an event out of your house and it's like a table event or something, literally, it can look like whatever you want. The biggest important thing, I just want to touch on this because of vendor events and what people are doing, gather information. Okay. Don't just give yours out. Get theirs. Okay. That is the biggest thing on vendor events. Make sure you're getting their information. Okay. You can give them yours and that is great. I promise your business card will end up in the bottom of their purse and they will never call you. You have to make sure that you can contact them. Okay. So whether it's using a QR code to gather their information, doing a giveaway where they have to enter tickets or papers or something, you have to get their information. So if you're doing vendor events and you want more on that, I have an entire Power 30 that I can send you on that, but I just wanted to touch that. So I really want to encourage you guys to start having in-person events again. I know the world kind of got weird and it became strange. But I think I'm finding out, at least for me, like I'm tired of social media a little bit. Can I say that? Like, I'd rather talk to humans a little bit. Can I say that? Like, even if it's for an hour, okay? Like, it doesn't have to be all day. We don't have to go hang out all day, but like, let's go grab coffee or lunch or walk around the park for 2 miles and then like get in person. Okay. Plan an event at your house. Your house does not have to be the Rockefellers. Your house does not have to be uber clean. Like, be you. Be you, do what you can. The important thing is showing up. Okay. Most of the time people stand in the kitchen anyway. Okay. Did you ever notice that? You stand in the kitchen when you go to somebody's house. All right. So just like make sure your kitchen's clean and you can have an event. Don't sweat it. But I want you to get face to face with people and talk. You're going to get through so much more conversation. You're going to get so much more in touch with people if you're face to face with them, and they actually see that you're real. Okay. So, put it on the calendar. Yes. Like I'm with Brittany. So I did this today. I sat down and I looked at October, November, December, and I started writing in, okay, event. Do we have any conflicts? Event. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what the theme is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be Christmas, if it's going to be Thanksgiving. It doesn't really matter. The point is it's on the calendar. So I have to make it happen. So look at your calendar for the rest of the year and just pop 1 or 2 events a month. Y'all, listen, let's think about this. Okay. Here's the wrinkle of your shirt and then we're going to jump off. An hour and a half, 2 times a month for the next 3 months. If you don't have an hour, if you don't have 3 hours in 1 month to host an event that could make you money, we need to talk. Okay. 3 hours. 3 hours in 1 month. Shannon's like, yes, 3 hours. You have 3 hours. You have 3 hours. Right. And that's what I tell myself, because y'all, it's easy to look at the calendar and be like, oh, my kid's got this and I've got that. And then we've got this. And then I've got like, take a Saturday, for example, 6 to 6, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you don't have an hour on one Saturday, like, guys, come on. How bad do we want it? Yes. We're never going to not be busy. Okay. Never. All right. So that is what we got. Oh, where's Joey? Oh, I almost forgot about her. I was giving her time to get home.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like mad dashing to get home in time. So I actually had just finally scheduled and hosted my own very first event ever, locally. I guess it was last week. I don't know, Katelynn, I'm on the same page as you, and I'm not sure what day it is, but busy people get things done. So that's why we're here. I was super nervous about the event. In person is not really like, I didn't feel that it was my strong suit. Although I'm typically a talker and all of the things, I just wasn't sure how to navigate and entertain, my own event. But with growing my team rather largely here in this area of Pennsylvania, I was more and more and more realizing the importance of basically having my team together and having them have something to invite to, and kind of just engaging with each other and seeing each other. And then also Sharon and Kate were able to travel and come. So that was super exciting. So that everybody locally here that hasn't met them yet knows, like, we are all real life people. And I think that that is very important, just because a lot of the events that we see and that my team sees, like, we aren't really, not that we're not welcome to come to, but it all would require a lot of traveling for us generally. So it was really nice to be able to have that here. I will say for this event, with speaking about the expectations and with it being my first and with inviting, I was genuinely all over the place. Like, I was inviting my team, I was inviting my team members, I was inviting VIPs, I was inviting potential customers. So I want to say, like, kind of distracted in who I was inviting and how I was navigating that. So I really had no idea what to expect when the day came.
Oh, no.
So I know, like, in the future, to kind of have more of, I don't want to say that you still want to invite everybody, but I feel like it would be a little bit more of organized as far as, like, the expectations of team members can really focus in and focus on their team, and their customers. And it would just be different, but really getting this one out of the way, was fantastic. It was so great to, like, have my team there, to have Sharon and Kate be able to come and give a little bit of an idea of the flow and introducing the products and telling their story, because it's not something I've ever done. And because I've always been a little bit thrown off about it, I did schedule my first vendor event last year, but I scheduled it knowing I was actually going to be on vacation, but it was a perfect time for my team to be able to step in. So it was an event that, like, I took the guesswork out for them, and they showed up. So since this event, I have now today, most recently, just scheduled 3 events within the next 4 weeks. So I'm super pumped for that. I feel a lot more confident in it. And I will say, like, how we're all saying to, like, that we're all busy, and just schedule the events and get them on the calendar. And especially too, I feel like if you're a leader, or if you have any VIPs under you or any ambassadors under you that are willing to share, get it on your calendar. And if something doesn't work out, because I just had this also happen with another event that I scheduled, utilize giving that, like, gifting that opportunity to your team to help them grow and be able to show up, because I am so excited about an event that I have coming up that I am going to actually be late for. So now I'm depending on, my team, my friends, to show up for me and set up and get it underway. But it's really giving them an opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have had, or maybe have taken. So I say just book them, especially right now, like fall, there's so many things available around my local area for vendor events. But yeah, if you haven't done one, do it. Just break the ice and do it. But I'm super pumped. I'm excited. I was really excited to see all of my team members together. The turnout as far as guests and potentials was not what I expected, but, like, literally listening to Katelynn right here today was just validation of, like, if you have your expectation in line and it's a little bit more organized with what you're doing and calm that chaos of the invite, I mean, then I think it's just a no-brainer.
I love it. I love it. Yes, it does make such a difference. And I just want to touch on Sean was asking, is it okay to have a Zoom meeting going during your sip and see events or go on Facebook Live? Absolutely. I've done trainings for my team. I just like they were all at my table and I just set my phone up so it was just on me and I was trading live to them, but people couldn't make it. So you could absolutely do that on your Facebook, or you could have it on Zoom. And like I said, like I've had Alita Zoom in and just had it hooked to my TV. So I would just, text her and be like, hey, you ready to go? She would jump on Zoom. She would share her testimony, or Megan would share her testimony. And that was very helpful getting started considering they were so far away. So yeah, there's really no rules, you guys. And that's what's really awesome. You can make it your own, put your own spin on it. But really just getting that connection with people. So thank you all for jumping on tonight. Go put your events on the calendars because everybody has 3 hours a month. Have a good night.